Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about the bags in my collection that I may be regretting owning as of now. Like bags that I bought, I loved, but right now I'm just not reaching out for them anymore. And I just want to chat about why I'm not reaching out for them, if I'm gonna decide to let them go, if I'm gonna keep them, why are the reasons behind this. And I think you're gonna be quite surprised with a few of the bags that I have. I just wanted to chat about this because we always talk about our favorite bags, what we use the most, the newest thing, and these are bags that I've had in my collection for years, a few of them. So I think it's healthy to sit down and rethink if it's the right call to keep them or maybe sell them. I would love to hear if you have any situation like the one that I have with these bags in your collection. So grab your coffee if it's the morning, your drink if it's later on the day, and let's chat about it. Okay, so the first bag that I want to talk about, this one is actually quite sad, at least for me, but it's going to be my Kelly to go in Blue Bloom. And I got this one actually recently. I used to own two Kelly to goes. One was in gold and this was my second one in Blue Bloom, and this is an amazing bag. When I got the one in gold, I was obsessed with it. It was one of my most used bags of 2021, and I think what changed was the fact that I got my mini Kelly and it serves a very similar purpose, but in my opinion a little bit better. So the Kelly to go is a great bag. It has a better crossbody length than the mini Kelly, but it fits a little bit less because it's quite a slim bag. So I've been finding myself just not reaching out for it as much as I used to, and to the point where it's just like in my drawer, but I don't want to sell it because it was one of my most used bags 1 year ago. So I understand that circumstance change, but I don't want to make rash decisions because it is great. It is super practical. It is so comfortable to use. It does fit my essentials, so it is a great bag. I absolutely love it. I don't know if it's the honeymoon phase with the mini Kelly that I just cannot seem to decide to go for this one instead of the mini Kelly. So we'll see about that. What I'm gonna do is absolutely keep it. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if the mini Kelly love dies down a little bit and if I'm able to start reaching out for it again. So definitely time will tell with this one, and I'm definitely not pressured to sell or anything like that. So that's just basically my reason. I just reach out for another bags more than this one. Second bag is going to be my vintage classic flap, and this is from my birth year. So this is gonna be a hard debate. This bag is quite sentimental. It's a special piece and I really love it. I have another brown bag from Chanel and it's a classic flap. It's the same size. It's a 21p caramel. I'm gonna show you a picture of that bag. This bag, I got it from Season to Consign. I absolutely love it. It's from 1996. It's vintage. It's a very special piece for me. Like vintage Chanel is amazing, and this one actually has the gold plating. It's my only bag from Chanel that has gold plating, so I don't want to let it go. But still at the same time, I'm just not using it as much, and I definitely don't regret getting it, but I do feel so bad every time that I'm about to go for a bag this color and I either go for my gold Birkin 25 or my caramel classic flap instead of this one. So is it a matter of pushing it more or maybe letting it go and have space in my closet for maybe another color like yellow or purple or something that I already don't have? I just don't know. I'm very conflicted with this one and I would love to know what you guys think. Also, I get like up comments about it so much that it just looks very old. That I don't care. I love the vintage look. I love the deflated quilts. It's such a beautiful bag. So that's not my issue. My issue is just that I have the caramel one and there's no way that I would ever let go the caramel one, and I don't feel comfortable owning things that I'm not gonna reach out that much. That's basically it. So I don't know, what if I sell it and I regret it, and how am I gonna find a bag from 1996? You know what I mean? So it's not that easy to make this decision. With the other bags that I'm gonna talk right now, it's gonna be a little bit easier to make that choice because they're bags that you can buy at the store again. But this, no, this you cannot get anymore. So I'm quite concerned to make like the decision and instantly regret it, but at the same time I just don't think it's fair to just have it here because I want to have it. I sold my DL book tote and so many people told me to keep it because I loved it. I love the pattern of the bag and I just really love the look of it, but it was not practical for my lifestyle, and so many people told me to keep it as decoration. It doesn't feel right for me to do that. I don't want to keep it if I'm not gonna use it, so I don't know. I'm very conflicted with this one, so I'm here asking for everyone's opinion. Plus, if you see the overall condition of the bag, it's insanely beautiful. Finding bags in this condition from this year is really hard, so yeah, I have a tough decision ahead with this one. The third bag is, I think this one is quite expected for me to include on this video, but it's my Hermes Picotin, and this one is in Clemens in Nata with palladium hardware in the 18 size. The thing with this bag is I just don't reach out for it that much anymore. When I initially got it, I freaking love the bag so much, and I still think it's one of the best bags that you can get from Hermes, besides like the Coda bags, of course. I like it way more than the Evelyn. I think it's way more worth it than the Evelyn. I like it more than the hair bag. I love Clemens leather. It's so soft and so beautiful. I love owning this bag. I cannot justify how much I don't use it. I don't know why. Like for this one, I don't really have a reason, and I would love to like pinpoint like it's because of this and this and this, but I just don't know. I just don't reach out for it as much as I reach out my other totes, because I could say that it was because it's only a handle bag, but I have plenty of bags that are only top handle bags and not crossbody. Still, I don't reach out for it enough. Yeah, I don't know. I get a lot of people asking me if I'm thinking about selling it, and I may be. I just want to understand a little bit better why I'm not liking it anymore, because I love white, I love Nata. I don't have an issue with white bags. I don't have an issue with top handle. Like, I just don't know what it is, and I would love to find that out. So if you have the picotin and you have things that bother you about it, I think besides the fact that taking things in and out of it because of this, but that can be fixed, maybe if I were to go for a bigger size, I would reach out for it a little bit more, since this doesn't fit a book or water or big wallets. Sizing up would be the fix of it. I think out of all of the bags that I'm gonna show you today, this is the one that I'm considering like the most seriously selling. I don't know if it would be to buy a size up or just to fund for something else. Nothing's particularly wrong with it. I think the picotin is great. This is just like, it's me, the issue, it's me. This one is a little bit painful, and this is the Palm Springs Mini from Louis Vuitton. This was the bag that started my obsession with luxury bags. It was the first bag that I ever saved for. Sentimental, very, very sentimental for me. I got the new version, the one with the zipper right here. I started really looking for this bag, I think around 2016 or 17. It was so freaking hard to find. You could go to the stores and ask the SA for it, and they would just tell you that it was impossible to get. This was so freaking popular that the waiting list was so long. They would sell for so much higher on the resale market, so it was impossible to get. I had to wait for years and years before I was able to get my hands on it. And I also had the reverse monogram version, but it had issues right here, so this was peeling from the bag, so it was super complicated for me to finally get it. And when I got it, it was like I wore this bag so much that I cannot even tell you how good it is. Like, it fits a lot, it's very practical. I use it as a backpack, as a crossbody bag, as a top handle bag. It's a mini bag, but it packs a lot, and it has this like back in the day vibe for me, and I still think that I reach for it when I have the need for a mini backpack. I think my style evolved a lot during the past couple of years. I also got obsessed with this bag when I was 20 years old, and I'm 26 now. I'm gonna turn 27 this year. Just a different stage in my life where I don't use backpacks at all, not even for traveling. If I need to take my laptop, I prefer to use a tote. I don't know why, I just don't like backpacks. I'm also very short, so they just look weird on me. This is a mini backpack, so I understand that that's different, but the way that I dress, I'm finding it harder to implement it in my wardrobe so much. So I honestly don't know. Maybe it's going to be the type of bag that I'm gonna implement in other circumstances, like if I'm doing something a little bit more active. But right here in Barcelona, running the daily errands that I do, or traveling, or that, I just don't use it as much as I used to a couple of years back. And it's honestly quite sad, because it is such a great bag and it makes me so happy when I use it. So I don't know if I need to like find a way to implement them in my outfits a little bit more, but yeah, I'm having that issue right now. I'm not gonna come here and say like it's not a good bag. It's a great bag. I just think that my style evolved, and I don't know how to either part with some of the bags or be a little bit more flexible with what I use. And the last bag, because I am basically going to the other side of trends usually. So this is my Chanel Jumbo in black caviar with silver hardware. So this bag is, I think, from 2007, maybe 2008. So I looked up and down for a shiny caviar like this one. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm quite proud of the fact that I found this specific year of caviar. I am crazy like that, I know. When mini bags were very trendy, I was actually gravitating towards bigger bags. So when the Chanel minis were like the hype of the hype, not even like the medium and the small, no, it was the minis, I was actually using to death my Chanel Jumbo. I love loved it. I used it a ton, and now that bigger bags are coming back in, I'm actually gravitating towards my mini bags to the point where I'm using my wallets as bags. I just add a chain to them. I want to be very hands-free. I don't want to feel a bag now with the summer more than anything, because just don't want to be bothered with the big bag. So I don't plan to sell this one. I think the only bags that I'm considering selling out of all of this is maybe my Kelly to go, but I'm gonna give it time. My Picota and the vintage classic flap are the ones that are on the block. I'm gonna think about that. This one, not really, because of how much I switch up between big bags and small bags. Like, I want a Birkin 35. I want a Chanel Maxi, for example. So I know that this is functional for me. I'm just in a very mini bag phase that I need to get out of. And eventually this bag is gonna be great for me. When I buy these bags, I usually think like long term. It's one of the reasons why I don't buy into trends, and if I like something, I think about it for at least 5-6 months before I decide to buy it. And I do that because if I buy something, I think like 10 years down the road, am I gonna like this bag? Am I gonna use it still? So I think this is worth keeping and worth thinking about it. So let's see. But yeah, I'm having issues reaching out for these bags. I understand it's mainly faces, and I'm pretty sure that some of this is gonna get fixed. I'm just quite obsessed with certain bags, and this happens to me. Like, I hyperfixate on a few things and then I leave others like just sitting there, but eventually I come back to them. So this is one of the reasons why I just don't wake up one day and I sell my bags. I think about it, because then rebuying them is more expensive, and also selling is quite of a hassle, and I don't enjoy it at all. I would love to know your input. If you have any bags like this that you're thinking about and maybe you want someone else's opinion, let's chat in the comments. If you can convince me to not sell either of this, also would love to hear that. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you're not done watching, I'll leave YouTube videos right here in case you want to check them out. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye.